Hello Bookish friends, welcome to my August wrap-up part 2. In this video, I will talk about the 4 books that I finished in the second half of August. Like I did in my previous wrap-ups, I will insert the clips that I recorded very soon after I finished the works. Today is the 17th of August and I finished the book that I chose for my real life book club, which is The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. In this book, we follow Lo, who has been invited to the first journey of a newly founded luxury cruise ship. Unfortunately, 2 days before her trip, she had a break-in in her home while she's present at her house, and she is fairly traumatized by it. She goes to the trip with this trauma and very tired because she is unable to sleep. When she gets to the ship, she realizes that she forgot her mascara and borrows the mascara from the neighboring cabin, cabin 10. And at the same night, when she hears noises from the neighboring cabin and then hears the sound of a body dropping in the water, she calls the security, thinking that the woman in cabin 10 has been murdered. But it looks like there has never been a woman in cabin 10 and nobody has heard or seen that woman. So she questions herself if she had seen that woman because of PTSD, lack of sleep, and also the use of alcohol. I really wanted to read a Ruth Ware book for a while because she is one of my mother's favorite authors. She like psychological thriller suspense novels, and this one was a very decent example of its genre. And I like the similarities of Ruth Ware's plot devices with the golden age of mystery. But of course, her books are much more closer to thriller. I really liked this combination of her writing style. I like the continuous use of PTSD that Lo suffers after the break-in. It became an actual plot device. Only sort of disappointing thing about the book was the ending. I thought the ending was satisfactory, but sort of also disappointing because the stakes were much more higher. Overall, I gave The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware an 8 out of 10. It is the 19th of August and I finished my project book for Big Books Summer Challenge. The third book in Outlander series by Gabaldon, Voyager. This book starts with 2 main timelines. In the first timeline, we follow Claire. In the beginning of 1970s, she finds out from a young historian that Jamie has actually not been killed in the Battle of Culloden. I tries to find the clues about where he could be after 20 years passed. With the help of this young historian and Brianna, her and Jamie's daughter, going back to the past to reunite with Jamie. The second timeline, we follow Jamie after the Battle of Culloden and how he becomes prisoned, then an escapee, a lonely man living in caves, followed by the capture, his days in prison, and so on. First of all, I have to say the things that I talked about in the plot did not even cover the quarter of this book. There were so many plot devices used to progress the story. So it was a really good decision to spread this book through 3 months. Felt like I have read 3 separate books when I finished Voyager. To be honest, although I really do like the interaction between the main couple, I think Jamie, especially in this book, was quite a delightful character. The main attraction for me in these books are the main couple's interactions with the side characters. My favorite side character is, of course, Jamie's sister, Jenny. And I really did like Ian, Jenny's husband, and also Sir John. I have to admit, after some of the things that happened to the couple, it was a miracle that they could have so many adventures that would fit a book more than 1,000 pages. They were very, very lucky indeed. However, this actually did not diminish my enjoyment level, and I loved reading about their adventurous journey. I'm very, very glad that I could finally finish this book that I was very, very afraid to read because of its size. Overall, I gave Voyager by Diana Gabaldon an 8 out of 10. Today is the 29th of August, and I finished the book that I was reading for quite a while, which was Unsheltered by Barbara Kingsolver. I read this for the Fear of Missing Out book club. In this book, we follow two timelines. In Villa's timeline, which is happening in the current times, she's dealing with the fact that her home that she inherited from her aunt has damages that would really be expensive to fix. And during that time, there are other factors that contribute to this economic crisis that she and her family are going through. The addition of a grandchild by her son, the mother of this child, has unfortunately killed herself. They moved back to Villa's house. She is doing freelance work, but she is not having a fixed income. The income coming from her husband is quite low, and also the failing health of her father-in-law is adding to this economical hardness that she is going through. And one day somebody comes with an idea that her home can be one of the historic homes that needs to be reserved, because a very famous woman scientist lived there. And in the second timeline, we follow the neighbor of this very famous scientist, Mukherjee. This man, who's a college teacher in the late 1800s. This teacher, who really believes in science and Darwin theory, along with Mukherjee, deals with the prejudice of a very religious and rigid community led by a very, very charismatic society leader. When this book was announced, I was very, very excited because The Poisonwood Bible by Barbara Kingsolver had been one of my favorite books of 2022. I loved the writing style of Kingsolver and the way that she constructed her characters. However, in this book, although the writing style was actually good, I did not find anything else very impressive. The plot was quite boring and uneventful for me. The characters, although they were quite complex, I felt like they were not behaving consistently. I really did not know how I felt about each character. I need some kind of emotional connection with a character, either love or hate them, to feel invested in the story, and this clearly did not happen. And one other thing that really bothered me was the fact that although I agreed with many of the social aspects promoted by the author, I felt like this book was too didactic. Like the message that the author was trying to give put the story in the background, though the historic timeline was significantly better. I was very, very, very disappointed by this book, and I gave Unsheltered by Barbara Kingsolver a 6 out of 10. Today is the 31st of August, and I finished the book that I was buddy reading with Naomi and Nikki, the third book in Sam Wyndham's series, Smoke and Ashes by Abir Mukherjee. In this book, we follow Sam and his assistant, a native police officer whom calls Surrender Not. In the beginning of the book, Sam is escaping from the police because he has been illegally using opium in one of the houses. While he's escaping, he encounters a body that seems to be murdered in a method that resembles a ritual. In order not to get into trouble, he does not talk about this incident. But when he is called upon another murder of a nurse who has been murdered in the exact same way, he decides to investigate the connection between these two murders. While he is doing that, he and Surrendernut are also tasked with trying to prevent a non-violence protest by a follower of Gandhi, Das, and his followers during the heir to the throne, Prince of Wales, Edward's visit to Calcutta. Although I also gave this book an 8 out of 10, like the previous books in the series, I thought the mystery in this one was the best. I really liked especially the beginning chapter of the book, and I'm really loving how we learn new things about that time period in India with each book without repeating itself. That was one of the concerns that I had when I finished and really liked the first book. It was very interesting to read about Sam's point of view regarding the non-violence movement, which will eventually succeed in getting Britain out of India. He's actually sympathetic to the cause, but of course, being a British, he has to do what the colonial system orders him to do. Lastly, I think the writing style was better in this one. I thought it was a really good historical mystery, integrating the real historical people. I gave Smoke and Ashes by Abir Mukherjee an 8 out of 10. Those were the 4 books that I finished in the second half of August. Please comment down below, have you read any of the books that I mentioned in this video? And what did you think of them? If you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye. As for Turkish word of the day, I'm going to choose ash. Ash means kül in Turkish, and kül is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day.